was a commissioner, I was able to do that. Nah, not that I know of. I wish it was like that though. Like they because the thing about editing, you have to go through the ratings too, and during the league, people didn't want to give like the editing thing to the people because they might play with the player or whatever. But if you want me to change your player's shoes, just let me know. All right, I got you. All right, bet. All right, I'm gonna go with my light blue.
Welcome to the weekend, everybody. Let's get it going with NBA action on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, former NBA players Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony, with David Aldridge joining us courtside. Back in Memphis, the Grizzlies tip off a beginning of a homestand. This game against Miami here, their first look at the Heat. Last season, they split the series with each team able to win on the road.
It's not often we get to see this matchup, but it is a doozy when we do. Just two powerhouse teams facing off.
And who knows, if you want to look all the way ahead to the finals, it's possible these teams can see each other there. So both teams looking to make a statement in their first meeting of the season.
And one.
Hardaway, no good. Well, we expect to see sparks flying down in the paint tonight. Greg, a couple of very talented centers matching up head-to-head in this one.
But with the way the game is played today, we could see them battling at the arc. Modern bigs make their presence felt now all over the floor.
Now here's Morant. Looking at the numbers, he's averaging about 3.5 points a game. Foul! And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Well, Greg, with this Memphis Grizzlies team, you like how young and how hungry they are. It's very appealing.
And these players have bought into the system. This is a selfless group that knows each other's strengths, and it's why they've seen so much success here.
And the rejection by Jackson.
That's the third straight miss to start this game, and they're still looking for their first basket.
Putting on a show. Jackson Jr. showing you what a big man can do at the rim.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Here's Butler. Shot from 12. Here's Baylor. And it's off the back rim. No good. Not a fast start here for the Heat. It's a 5-point game. And the rejection by Jackson. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. And so here is Miami. Still without a basket in the game.
And what can Adebayo do? I mean, gets the tough rebounds, scores the tough baskets, and then makes the right pass.
Outside, Dane. Pass to Jackson. On the wing, Jackson. Shot clock at 6. Off target from outside. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, a bit ago, Taylor Jenkins and I were able to chat. He told me they have to lean on their post game tonight. He wants them to get the ball into the block each time down the floor and pound those guys inside. Sounds like this could be a real physical battle, Kevin. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Hardaway hits them both. And Morant's got the ball here for the Grizzlies. If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Left side, Bain. Good on the 13-footer.
poor design there defensively. They know he's a knockdown shooter from that spot.
See, this is what analytics don't take into account. Some guys thrive in the mid-range. Really depends on the shooter. It's actually kind of lazy.
And boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is. And so they will award the basket there.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
Memphis leading.
Well, we know how Tyler Hero is a bucket, but still, lots of room for growth. Last season, the sixth man of the year winner, he really did struggle, though, in the postseason.
Screen by Adams.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot. But when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better. You'll take it.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
141 left to play in the first. Here's Hardaway. Misses the layup. And Greg, you look at the playoff shooting percentages for Hero, tailing off from his regular season number.
And Kevin, that's not uncommon for a younger player, but the playoffs are what matters. And to be a star, that's when you've got to deliver. And the story here, Kevin, early on, is how well they've shot the basketball.
Here's Strus. Miami no good on that time either. Executing to perfection right now offensively.
I mean, in total sake, good luck trying to stop him now. And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. With the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Pull it.
And it's the Heat with the ball, following the score by Memphis. To the middle. Here's Dedmon. And he can't stop the run as he misses. And the Grizzlies leading by 8. Memphis moving it around.
Use that.
Pass to Corver. On the right side. Clark with the finish. Well, something you never like to see, but guys, he definitely looks hurt.
And I'll tell you, this is something you never like to see.
Yeah, you just hope it's nothing serious and that he's able to get back on the court as soon as possible.
20 seconds left to play here in the first. The 9-foot shot. That misses off the backdoor. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
We've got 13 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Jones, no one around him. That three off the mark. Now Strus. And so it's Memphis with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. And we'll be right back after this. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. What stands out to you from the Grizzlies in this one?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
They're playing for one another and focusing on making winning plays. You love to see it.
Memphis leading by 10.
Who's got John?
Now here's Morant. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet.
I see him.
He lobs up the alley-oop pass, and Baylor throws it down.
And you see the unselfishness from Morant, wanting to share that ball with any open teammate.
In terms of entertainment factor, can any current player top Ja Morant? I mean, we've seen Ja with some vicious in-game play.
Morant with a wide-open look. Hits the three-point bomb. Morant's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Here's Hero. And that one is hammered home.
And there's that vertical of Hero. Gets off the floor with ease and just hammers that one down.
Hey, Greg, talking about the great John Morant, this guy is just out fun to watch.
Well, Jaw's been known to go off for 50 on any given night, but he also looks for others, dropping some nasty dimes. Morant has an insane combination of athleticism and skill. This guy could do anything.
Oh, what a slam!
Oh, my.
What a
Wow.
slam!
Gracious. And if you want athletic ability, then look no further. Hardaway with a stylish jam.
Shut up, shut up.
A three from Morant. And they'll get another chance. And the foul on Victor Oladipo. That's his first foul. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Jackson. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Doesn't have to get up much. Jackson Jr. at 6'11" just easily finishes that hoop.
Morant with the steal. 4-on-3 break. Bain with it. Now defended by Oladipo. And so it's Pippen with it. He brings it up for Miami. Trailing by 13. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's going to be on Bill Russell.
That is not a simple finish by any means. Adebayo had to keep his focus, makes the D think twice about getting physical with him.
Takes the 13-footer. No good on the shot. Now the Heat take it the other way. And it's time for an injury report.
Kevin caught up with the head athletic trainer for the Heat. He said it appears to be a moderate wrist sprain. He won't return for this game, and depending on the final prognosis, he may miss a number of games before making a return. I'll let you know more details as soon as I find them out. Kevin?
Thanks for the status report there, David. At least we now know, Greg, how he's doing.
Yeah, when you talk injury, the unknown factor is always a difficult thing to deal with.
And you never want to speculate. So it's nice for us, and especially his teammates, to get some facts.
And the first time out of the game called for the Heat. Both teams deciding to change it up. And the NBA in recent years has gone from measuring players' height in shoes to now, Richard, just in socks. Like, for instance, Draymond Green went from 6'7" to 6'6", although he'll probably argue that with you. Did you get shorter without shoes?
I was one of the rare players that actually rounded lower. I was 6'6" and 3/4 without shoes on, so I would probably be closer to 6'9" with shoes and socks and orthotics. So, you know, look, I was one of the honest ones, so I have no issue with them bringing it back down. So it's fine. I'm glad they're changing it up and we're getting accurate numbers.
Wow, what you can do when you're that strong and graceful. Just tremendous hang time for a big man. And, of course, Baylor converts a lot of those second chance opportunities.
Here's Hardaway. And Jackson with the block.
Watch outside!
Outside Baylor.
Who's watching here?
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. From 13, Payne for three. And again, it's Memphis with the three.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range. And the defense of Jared Jackson Jr., it has become elite. Triple J finishing top 5 in 2022 in the Defensive Player of the Year voting.
And stolen by Dedmon.
Hey, yo, right here. Hey, man, get mine.
Robinson for 3. And it's sent back by Russell.
Wow. Look at the extension Russell gets there. That comes from great positioning plus the quick jump with the wingspan.
Just an ugly show from him offensively. Yep, no way to describe it, just ugly, and that hasn't helped.
Shot from 12. Kicks it out to Baylor. Second chance shot. Dedmon with the block. And they'll keep possession. Russell.
Get the board.
And they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Duncan Robinson. That is his first foul of the game.
Third team foul. Substitution on the court.
17 seconds left in the second quarter. Poked away. In transition, here comes Miami.
I just like the instincts Butler has defensively. Just fantastic at staying active and coming up with deflections.
Shot by Hield, nobody around. And too long on the shot.
Oh, wow. This close, you gotta finish strong. Like, you can't give yourself room for a mistake like that.
And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies. With a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up, they're ahead 16 points. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. Right back after this break. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. And the Grizzlies leading by 16.
One thing you have to admire about the Grizzlies is their high level of effort. These guys play with such determination on every single play.
Even their superstars like Morant. And it's Morant missing. And so it's Pippen with it. He brings it up. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. The effort level of the Grizzlies, RJ, can be an equalizer against some teams.
Yes, the talent and experience can only take you so far, but Memphis, these boys will outwork you. And in some ways, it's not fair because their energy at times just seems unmatchable.
Well, he'll run through a wall to win, but sometimes Jimmy Butler can drive his coach up a wall. Despite that tendency, though, to embrace conflict, this guy is working.
The Heat trail by 16 to the left side wing. Back to Hardaway.
Really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
His third personal foul.
Memphis leading by 16. And Greg, last season, Butler and Spoelstra got into it on the sideline. We all saw it. It was an interesting moment.
Yeah, I think that's a good way of phrasing it. That manic intensity, perhaps necessary at times for a player who competes as hard as Jimmy.
Timeout called, the Heat. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Outside, Hero. Fires from deep. And they get it back.
Grizzlies foul. Elgin Baylor. Second personal foul. Second team foul. Coming onto the floor for your Grizzlies, Blocking foul called on Bill Russell. His third personal foul. Third team foul.
Hey, yo, right here! Butler on the wing. 5 on the clock. Hardaway.
I like Morant's workmanlike approach on D. He finds good matchups and makes an impact.
Left side, Bain. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Here's Hero. And such a nice move to make the basket work. Hero's got 12.
And he's doing everything he can offensively to lift them out of this hole. But I'm not sure his hot shooting can do it alone. Not that time, but that's a shot that he's going to make more oftentimes than not.
Pass to Pippen. And a missed layup.
Rough start to the second half for them, only getting one of the past 4 shots to fall.
First team foul.
Ja Morant impressed as a rookie, but in 2022, he really started blowing the roof off.
He's been doing some tremendous things. And how about a 52-point game in February that year? Only 12 of those points came from threes. That's a lot of buckets.
Here's Clark. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And from college to the pros, Richard, you played for some legendary coaches. And speaking of coaching, is that something you've ever entertained doing?
I never have, and I never will. Coaching, the amount of hours that you have to spend sounds exhausting. I love my job right now, and you know why I love my job? Because I get to work with you.
Oh, listen, the feeling's mutual. And it's sent back by Russell. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. And Miami making a change here. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. And Adams sends it back.
Adams puts every ounce of energy into his defense. He's not out there to contest shots. He's out there to reject them.
And, of course, one of the league's longest tenured coaches, GA, is Eric Spoelstra. And he's having a Hall of Fame level career.
And you look at the ground he broke when he was first hired, not only young, Spo was the first Asian-American head coach in any of the 4 major North American sports league and worked his way up from video coordinator.
Butler deciding where to go with it. Hero from long range. They get it again.
Are you serious?
Dedmon's shot is off.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Healed outside. To the wing right side. 6 to shoot. Here's Clark. And then Clark slams it in.
Quick off the floor and powerful. Clark loves to attack that rim.
Pass to Butler. Dedmon with it. Adams defending to stop the run. Dedmon's shot is off.
Just enough resistance to force the miss. Barely. That's one he'll generally make.
Outside Korver. Memphis moving that ball around. Here's Hill. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. One word you always hear the Grizzly players mention is chemistry.
Yeah, you can't fake chemistry. And it's true. When you ask these guys what makes their team special, they point out what a tight-knit group they are. Some people might not think chemistry is a big deal, but it is huge when it comes to this league.
And one thing is, if you look on paper, it could feel like there's chemistry. But as you know, sometimes it doesn't translate to the real world.
No, it does not translate. And then after that, if you don't have chemistry, you better have professionals.
To the paint. Here's Butler.
Give me a break.
The rebound by Steven Adams. And Adams has got the ball here for the Memphis Grizzlies. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. The 3 from Korver. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And it's Strus missing.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
And these are his second and third free throws tonight. First one falls for him. And good on the second, so he makes them both. 9 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Pippen for three. Doesn't get it to drop for him.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-ups.
Even though he is capable of hitting that shot, I'd like to see him work for a better look in that situation.
And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies with a 34-point advantage.
On your feet, fans, here they come, your Grizzlies.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Lowry with the ball. There's the drive. Here's Vincent. Here's Adebayo. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Adebayo's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Heat. Pass to Conchar. Jones looking for an opening. And Clark slams it in.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets, an exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. Robinson on the wing. Over Williams. Will not go. Misses off the front iron.
And guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense is designed to create.
And you couldn't get a better shot off? Like, come on, you got to make the extra pass. Like, being a teammate will go so far in this league.
Second personal foul.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Memphis. Richard, last season, a historically close race for the scoring title, and it came down to the wire between LeBron, Joel Embiid, and Giannis Antetokounmpo. It was thrilling those last couple games.
It was beautiful. To me, it reminded me of 90s basketball when you had Shaq and you had David Robinson and Patrick Ewing and Hakeem Olajuwon. And now bigger players, they're back. Size and strength is still valuable in today's game, and you love to see it.
And the basket by Jones.
And nice job taking what the defenders gave him. These guys need a gut check right now.
Yeah, you'd love to see a little bit more fire on defense. Shoot, any fire on defense. They can't just be giving the game away.
And you know, Lowry, the consummate floor general, his leadership on the court and in the locker room really brings this team together and makes them an effective unit.
And Kyle Lowry drops them both. And the man who many consider the greatest Raptor of all time, Kyle Lowry.
He said he plans to return to retire in Toronto someday. He's already had a street named after him there. And in time, probably a statue in his honor as well. You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
Williams with a clean look. Shot clock reset for Memphis. And it's Clark slamming it down.
And all of his athleticism on display there. Clark's work ethic makes him lethal on that offensive backboard.
Outside, Robinson takes the three. Conchar pulls it in.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Shoots. Again, Memphis.
Not the shot I expected him to take or make, but hey, look, joke's on me. He hit it.
Here's Vincent. And what a play. Just snatched out of the air. Credit the block. Outside, Jones. From deep three-point range. And it's Miami with the rebound. Here's Vincent, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. We're seeing a lot of pretty lively pregame dance routines from the players. You got any of that in your repertoire, say, before we begin a broadcast?
No, Kevin, I think pretty soon we should work out a few sequences, get ourselves fired up. You game?
No. Come on, Greg, I'm not sure about that, but you go ahead and do it. Pass to Heald. The shake. He lays it in.
Excellent concentration by Heald, taking the contact and still getting the shot to fall.
Outside Pippen. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It goes on Brandon Clark.
13 foul.
He misses the free throw. Richard, I know you've been to Africa. Your mom did a lot of great work there. How gratifying is it to see the investment that the NBA now is making over there?
Well, I look at how basketball changed my life and allowed me to accomplish so many great things. And the more people that have the opportunity to allow basketball to change their lives, you got Basketball Without Borders, you have academies in basketball, you now have the Basketball Africa League. It's great to see these opportunities extended to more people across the globe. That's why basketball is a global game.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Memphis.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And this will be a big win for them. Lucky win number 13 now in the bag.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Jaren Jackson.
I think people could learn a lot from how versatile he was in this one. Whatever the situation was, he found a way to be a difference maker.
Pass to Dedmon. The Grizzlies pull it in. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Heald with it. His 3-pointers off the mark.
Check Butler.
Outside Butler. Pass to Dedmon. Good, and the assist goes to Hardaway.
And far from just a scorer, Hardaway is also adept at finding his teammate.
And here's Jones. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win.
Hey, good game, my boy.
Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, this game could really be a defining one for what
one time, a long, long time ago. But not a long time at all. Nobody go know. No be anybody in business. And everything you see, and everything you teeth, everything you shot, and any. Nobody can know. No be anybody in business. Yeah. But nowadays, everything don't change. It gonna be like you say, everybody's business.